Yeah, what can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose gold to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the said, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping next. So for the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
What's going on? How y'all doing? Yay. Hope everybody's doing all right this evening. Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we take you on about a 2-hour-long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world. But first things first, I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's die hard with the throwback Rod Woodson jersey, the long sleeve joints that they don't even make no more.
Well, it's not a jersey. It's actually a sweatshirt.
That's the way jerseys used to be back. They used to make
this is an actual sweatshirt. It was special made for me.
That is classic right there.
I love it. It's all stitched. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah, that's old school right there. I love stuff like that. What's up, Mona? What's going on with you?
Oh, kidding myself. I talked myself out of taking the Bills last night.
I
I don't know why. I mean, I gave reasons why I thought the Bills were going to win that game during the show last night. You know, I almost had you talked into taking Buffalo.
Yeah,
And
I really
then
did.
I waited last minute and I talked myself out of it. And now I'm 15-2.
I mean, you're still up top there. Yeah, you're killing it. Another great game, though. I mean, well, no, it wasn't a great game. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It was a blowout. Look, I'm going to say this again. I'm not going to mention no names or nothing. I'm just going to say initials, J. Renaud. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else about rivalries.
Hey,
I
Dwayne.
don't want to hear anything about equality, respect, any of that. You're in the past 13 games, the Buffalo Bills have won 12 of them. And then they go to your house last night, smack you around, take your lunch money, do a number 2 in your toilet, eat up all your snacks and drink your beer, and then they walk out of the house. That's what they did to you last night. I don't want to hear anything else. Mona, you can finish it for me. It's not a rivalry. If one side always wins, it's not a rivalry. So look, I'm laughing and joking. We know that what happened last night. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to break it down a little bit. Mona, before we move on a little bit and we go to the Thursday game, we're going to talk about, is there anything from week one? You know, we did all the week one games. Is there anything, we talked about the Thursday night game last week, the Ravens and Chiefs. That was the Thursday night game last week. We talked about it last Friday. So now that we got week one in the record books, is there anything or anybody that stood out to you in week one that you're just like, wow, from the week one games?
Well, there were a lot of things that stood out to me.
Okay, well, let's hear it. What you got?
Well, we ain't got time for everything that kind of stood out to me.
Okay. All right,
We
I
really
lost.
don't have time. Look,
Okay.
I can't even name key things that stood out. There were a lot of things that stood out. But I also take it with, could some of it be a fluke? Gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. Look, preseason is preseason. Game one is, game one. So
Preseason game 4. Think of it like that. Preseason game 4. Yeah. Look, a couple of things did stand out to me that really caught my eyes. Xavier Worthy, he stood out to me. Isaiah Likely stood out to me. Jordan Mason stood out to me. With Christian McCaffrey being out, he really caught my eye. He looked incredible. He looked absolutely incredible. And Gregory Rousseau, I'm gonna give Gregory Rousseau a little bit of props. And Jordan Mason, he's the kicker. I can't even think of his name, from the 49ers, and my guy Brandon Aubrey too. There was a few people that really caught my eye.
I'm gonna tell you something. Boz. If you want to mention Moody, you got to mention Boz.
Got to. Just incredible. We're starting to see these kickers now. I mean, these 60-yarders now ain't nothing for these guys. I mean, back in the day, a 50-yard field goal was kind of like a big thing. You got these kickers now; they're kicking 60-yarders like it ain't nothing. So we'll see. We're going to give you Mona's going to give you her Rocky Blyer players of the week in a little bit, but we're going to jump back over. We got a little bit of news and notes, just a few things. If you like football, get some people up in here. We're on YouTube now. You can sit up there and watch it on your TV.
And it's easy to share. It's actually easy to share. You can share it to your page or wherever you want to share it.
Yeah.
All you do is you hit the share, and it gives you a chance to copy the link, and you can post the link.
And that's it. Post it up in there. Leave your comments and stuff like that. Please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get our numbers and views up on YouTube. We're kind of transitioning over there. So, look, football, it's a game of attrition. Puka Nacua, he's going to miss at least 4 games. He's on short-term IR. It did give an opportunity for Cooper Kupp had a really good game last week. And we think the world of Puka, but Cooper Kupp is still that guy. Wish this guy a speedy recovery. For me, he was in the running for offensive rookie of the year last year. We all know CJ Stroud won it, but it's most of the time it's a quarterback award, kind of like the MVP.
No, actually, rookie of the year is not usually a quarterback. So you're wrong.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, but still, it's still not usually a rookie because most of the time, until recently, our offensive rookie quarterbacks weren't playing in the in their first season. I mean, they used to sit behind the veterans on a team. So that's not true. Offensive rookie of the year usually went towards a running back or a receiver.
You know what? You're right about that. Until recently, quarterbacks kind of. I'm trying to think recent ones. I know Dak won it. Cam Newton won it. Robert Griffin III won it. So I mean, now MVP. I think we could agree that most of the time it's a quarterback. But
if Breece Hall doesn't get hurt, his rookie year, Breece Hall is rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
what quarterback was better than what Breece Hall was doing?
Well, yeah, that was a terrible. What was that? 2021, 2022, something like that. It was a terrible quarterback draft. But we wish him a speedy recovery. I hate to see this. And I'm sure Matthew Stafford will figure it out. He'll probably just pepper Cooper Kupp with a whole bunch more targets. So we wish him
the only thing I will say is Cooper Kupp has the tendency to be injured.
Yeah.
And so when he starts having to pepper him, that's when you're going to see Cooper Kupp fall off.
Yeah. And that's why this guy needs to hurry.
Age plays against you. Though you don't get better as you get older. Once you hit a certain age.
Exactly. I totally agree. Father Time is undefeated. Right. So we wish him a speedy recovery. What we got next? Look, this hurts. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are bad. They're really bad. I'm trying to look in there where they're going to win a game. I don't think any of us had the New Orleans Saints being this great team, and they beat the snot out of them. They're just. Again, I like Bryce Young. There's a reason why we have the combine, the NFL combine, and they want a quarterback to be a certain height, and they want him to be a certain weight, and they want his hands to be a certain size. There's a reason why for that. And then you start losing players. You drafted a running back. Some who thought that he was the best running back in the draft, Jonathan Brooks. But you're not going to have him for probably half the season when he comes back. He probably won't make much of an impact. They might start off so bad, they might just sit him for the year. So you're out there with Chuba Hubbard. You really don't have any receivers. And your defense got gutted. You lost your best pass rusher in Brian Burns, who I think is with the Giants now. And then now you lose the guy who's probably the best defensive player in your team, and he's out for the year. So now you can't score points. You can't stop the run because your best defensive player, your all-world defensive tackle is gone for the year. I just think I hate to see this, but it just I don't know. Good luck to y'all. This might be a situation, and I'm not calling it, but this might be one of those. This might be one of those situations with Bryce Young. I don't know if Bryce Young is going to have any success there. I think it may be they just keep getting whipped and they have another high draft pick and they take another quarterback, because I just don't see a way out of this. You're in probably the worst division in football. You're not better than the Buccaneers. We just saw you're not better than the Saints, and you're probably not better than the Falcons. So it's going to be, I just think it's going to be an uphill battle for them. Best of luck to this young man. I hope he I hope a speedy recovery for him. Dallas Cowboys starting tight end Jake Ferguson sprained MCL. When he went down, I thought it was torn. And it just goes to show because they didn't put him on short-term IR, which is 4 weeks. So it's looking like they're saying, oh, there's a possibility he can play this weekend. I don't expect him to play this weekend. Sit him down. He's a really, I think the kid's going to be really good. Look, you use the second round draft pick to draft Luke Schoonmaker when I was yelling at the TV. This your chance, young man.
Trust me, he really was yelling at the TV.
I really was
unhappy when I messaged him and I told him
that
I thought Schoonmaker will work out for him, and he's like, we didn't need a tight end.
We didn't need a tight end, and we had just drafted 2 tight ends the year before. We drafted Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot, and then you draft the tight end in the second round. So
I still think now that Schoonmaker will have to step up and play some ball. I really think that once you start watching this kid play, I liked him in college, and I really think that you're going to see why they drafted Schoonmaker.
I hope you're right, Mona. And if you are, I'll be right here giving you props. I couldn't see the whole thing with Micah Parsons, so I'm going to take your word for it. And plus, you're 15-2 in picks, so I'm going to take your word for it. So we'll see how it works out. This here was kind of surprising. They had high hopes for him. Hollywood Brown, he's been put on short-term IR, so he's going to have to miss at least 4 games. He had a shoulder injury, kind of landed awkward in the preseason. This is the reason why a lot of teams don't like playing, their guys in the preseason. You got big hopes for this guy. I don't think this is that devastating of an injury, and here's the reason why. You have Rice, and it doesn't look like Rice is going to get suspended. I thought he was going to get about 8 to 10 games with what he's doing. He's going to eventually have to face the music for that, but it's looking like, from everything that I'm hearing, that they're going to let the whole judicial process play out. And this is why people get mad at Roger Goodell, because it seems sometimes that he picks and chooses when he wants to do stuff. Because I've seen situations where he didn't wait around for the legal system to work out, and he's like, "I'm the commissioner. I'm going to just suspend this guy." This guy, they caught him on tape, Rashid Rice, that is, speeding and racing in a car, smash up a car, and then just walk away from the scene of the crime.
You're not trying to compare him and Henry Ruggs, though, right?
That could end it very badly. Very badly.
Well, yes, it could have, but he wasn't drinking. He wasn't on drugs. I mean,
he was speeding. I
get it. Yeah, but he wasn't driving drunk and killed somebody.
Yeah, well, again, when you're driving 130 miles an hour, and then you just get out the car, and then they find weapons in the car, and then you just walk away. I just thought that you can't pick and choose what you want to punish. That to me is deserving of punishment. And look, I know that the Chiefs, they're probably making a lot of money. They're getting a lot of attention. They got Taylor Swift, at all of their home games and stuff. And I get it, but it's like you have to you can't pick and choose what you want to do. But anyways, he's out. They drafted Hollywood Brown's going to be out the next 4 games, but you got Rice still. He had a great game last week. I just talked about Xavier Worthy, a great pick for them. And they got, you still got Kelsey, you still got Pacheco running ball. I don't think wait till the man is fully healthy. So he's out, but I think the Chiefs are going to be okay.
I do too.
And I think they'll be all right. I think
he's got plenty of time to get healthy and not rush him back.
Playoff push for that playoff push and for the playoff.
And that's when they're really going to need him too.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how. So, like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's levels to this. One thing before we move on to levels, there is I I'm hearing rumblings. You heard it here first, and if it changes, I'll change it up. I'm hearing they're talking about maybe putting Christian McCaffrey on short-term IR too. We'll keep y'all posted as far as that. But like I said, there's levels to this.
There's also some rumors going around that after last night's game that Tua may be retiring from the NFL.
We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that. I got my thoughts on that. I want to hear my co-host her thoughts on that. So, Dak Prescott, right before the Cowboys played, a couple of hours before they played against the Cleveland Browns, there was a big announcement going. This is classic Jerry Jones, the theatrics, the attention seeking. Dak Prescott, now the highest paid quarterback. And in a way, this frees up money. Right before they did that too, right tackle Terrence Steele, he restructured his.
Are these guys making more money than Deshaun Watson?
I think he was at like 50 million. But the thing with him is the difference between him and all the rest of these guys is his contract is fully guaranteed, $230 million fully guaranteed. Now, a little sidebar to that, I'm also hearing that there's a new case has come up, and there's a clause in Deshaun Watson's contract that if he were to get in any more trouble, that they could void his contract.
The only thing is, and I get what you're saying, but the only thing is this is not a new per se case. It's not a new incident that happened. It's something that happened back when he was still with Houston.
Well, he's got something. He's got a clause in there if he were to get any more cases that they could void his contract. I think the Cleveland Browns would be ecstatic to get rid of this contract. This is going to go down as one of the worst contracts ever. But here's your top 5 paid quarterbacks. We're going to get to the Tua situation there, and this is kind of what they were a little bit afraid of. But look, this is the price of doing business with quarterbacks. You got another guy coming up next year. He's going to probably jump over Dak Prescott, and he's probably going to be highest paid, and that's Brock Purdy. He's probably going to be up there somewhere because, to be perfectly honest with you, he's more accomplished than everybody on this list except maybe Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl, but all of these guys, Tua has 0 playoff wins. Trevor Lawrence has 0 playoff wins. Joe Burrow's been constantly hurt, and Dak Prescott is 2-5 in the playoffs. So we'll see. These lists here, they change. The next man up, he's going to jump over the highest paid guy. So we'll see what happens as far as that. Every week, we're going to give you our power rankings, NFL power rankings. Mona, looking at this, any issues? Top 10? Anybody in there?
How are the Cleveland Browns at 15?
They got beat down.
Yes, y'all beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
How are they at 15? But hey,
I'm looking at, and again, this came out before the game last night.
After week 1, so
yes, yeah. All of these teams were 1-0 except the Jets. The Jets had lost, but the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are about to have some difficulties. They can't stop the run. They really missed Mostert last night. Not
on the NFL power rankings. Yeah. Bears are at 16. Bears is at 15. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. You're right, Dalton. Thank you for keeping me straight.
Yeah. So look. I think the Bills are going to jump up, especially after that. I mean, they annihilated the Dolphins last night. Eagles, an impressive win over the Packers last week. Look, and it's all.
Well, they were missing Mostert last night too, Dalton.
Yeah, they missed Mostert last night, and this just goes to show. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this. The Chop Robinson pick. Mona, do you remember who you mocked to the Dolphins? Do you remember off the top of your head or no?
I do. Hold on.
I think I gave them Jackson Powers Johnson. I'm pretty sure that's who I gave to them. I didn't think that they needed an edge rusher. Your quarterback has had 1 year where he was kind of healthy, and then you lost your starting center. And I was like, okay, you need a center. You know, Connor Williams leaves because he's hurt, and you don't really replace him. You had a bunch of backups in the offensive line last night, and then they're talking about, well, they need to go trade for a quarterback because Skylar Thompson's the backup. But I'm like, your offensive line's terrible. I don't care who you put back there. If your quarterback's under attack the entire night, which that he was, and then Tyreek gets hurt, you know, and it's just like it was just a snowball effect. I think they're going to have a really tough situation. But I got a suggestion for you. I seen a suggestion. If I'm the Miami Dolphins, you know what I'm doing, Mona? I'm calling the Jacksonville Jaguars and I'm asking them what do they want from Mac Jones. I'm asking them, what do you want from Mac Jones? I will give you a 3rd or 4th round pick for Mac Jones right now. I need a quarterback because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Tua Tagovailoa plays another game. We'll see. We'll talk about it though. But here's your power rankings here. Here was your leaders here. You know, speaking of it, when he's healthy, he's incredible. That's the issue is, you know, you see who led the league, you know, week 1 in passing yardage, you know, Tua and Tyreek, incredible, you know, Waddle and all those weapons that they have. Matthew Stafford, the old veteran, of course, Patty Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna give you your props, man. I've been very critical of you. You're doing your thing. Seem to have found a home in Tampa Bay.
Well,
and
the
then
biggest thing, he got out of Cleveland. He was able to kind of shake the cobwebs off, and quite frankly, I still feel that he allowed a lot of his immediate success with Cleveland. I think he allowed it to go to his head. I think he was more worried about doing commercials and making money. And now I think that it put the fear of God in him when he started going. He's been on 3 different teams now?
Yeah, he went to Carolina, and then he went to the Rams, where he made me lose 500.
And then yes, I remember that quite well. I tried to tell you.
What did you just say? What did you just say? What did you just say before the show started? An open the scab. Let's go ahead and peel this off. Pull it off a little bit there.
Well, you know, 2 back-to-back 6 passing touchdowns.
Just rip it off. Just tear it off and pour some alcohol in it. And then Hurts, you know, a very impressive performance against the Packers in week 1. So those are your passing. And each week we'll bring you, you know, these numbers will change, you know, every week, of course. And then look, Jaden Reed, you know, in Brazil, put on a show over there before the quarterback got hurt. We were kind of wondering who it would be who would kind of emerge as the number 1 over there. You know, will it be Wicks? Will it be Dobbs? Will it be Christian Watson? Will it be, you know, this kid here? And it looked like it was him because Jordan Love kept going to this guy, and he put on an absolute show. Right. Tyreek Hill being Tyreek Hill. Alex Pierce, he had a bomb. It was like a 70-yarder. That kind of saved his day. Jameson Williams, Mona, I know you're very familiar with this guy. Coming out of Alabama, had some issues, tore his ACL, and then he got in a little bit of trouble. I think he was betting on games or something. He got suspended, and they've been bragging about this guy. They say he kind of changed, you know, turned things around. So I'm glad. I'd like to see players kind of, you know, start off a little bit shaky. You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown's still the man on that team, but this guy was highly recruited. You know, they still drafted him in the 1st round. Even though he was coming off a torn ACL, him and Mechie, as a matter of fact, both of them got hurt. And then A.J. Brown, being A.J. Brown, one of the top.
So, Mechie getting hurt was probably a godsend because, I mean, you know.
Cancer. Yeah, the cancer. So these are your receiving leaders here. And then our rushing leaders here. Joe Mixon, look. still, I know the Bengals miss him. I know the Cincinnati Bengals really miss him. And again, when you start paying a lot of money to your injury-prone quarterback and you don't address the offensive line, Joe Mixon has 160 yards rushing, caught a few balls too. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. The kid, Jordan Mason, filling in very nicely. And he's a different type of back than McCaffrey. This guy is a bruiser. I mean, he runs with an attitude. He's looking for contact. He's my type of running back. J.K. Dobbins, for as long as he's healthy, he's had kind of a troubled career. Couldn't seem to stay healthy in Baltimore. With John Harbaugh, goes over with Jim Harbaugh and finds a little bit of success. I hope he can keep it up. And then Lamar Jackson, maybe the greatest running quarterback in history. He has an argument for it. I don't know.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody says.
Okay.
When you have Derrick Henry in your backfield, your quarterback should never make the week 1 rushing yards leaderboard.
Yeah, I thought they got away from their running game a little bit too much, too early.
Well, they kept running him. It's just that the wrong person was running it.
I agree with you. And then Ramondre Stevenson. Look, I did not think. I don't know if anybody took the New England Patriots to beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
I did. Oh. Yes, I did. I took the Packers over the Eagles. I still think the Packers win that game if Jordan Love didn't get hurt. And then I would have had a perfect week, first week of the damn season. Yep. But no, I took the Patriots to win that game.
Okay.
The one thing I say about the AFC North, the weakest defense in the AFC North is Cincinnati Bengals defense.
They got very physical with them. You can say whatever you want about the Patriots offense. Yes, they don't have a lot, but they got this guy here. He's a true workhorse back. I think he's probably their best offensive player, and they ran the football and they played outstanding defense. So that's your top rushers. And then when I can find it, because my co-host is such a defensive connoisseur, I try to look for things that are defense related. Shout out to Gregory Rousseau. I actually interviewed this guy when I did the Miami Hurricanes Pro Day. Good young man. He's kind of starting to get his legs underneath him. Kind of been groomed under Von Miller. You're kind of starting to see this guy take off with 3 sacks and then 2 guys that you probably really haven't heard of unless you're fans of the team, Taylor and White, one with 3 and the other one with 2.5. And TJ was nearly there. They got a couple of things called back, but this will be an ongoing battle here, and we'll see. We'll keep you posted. Interceptions. There was somebody with he got about 3 or 4 guys with 1 interception.
I love what Dwayne just said.
Bengals talking smack. I want them to back it up on Sunday. They'll get their opportunity. They said Jamar Chase said that they're still the best team in the AFC. Jamar Chase said that. I don't know why you would go say that. I don't think that that's a good idea. I get being confident, but
you still got the Cleveland Browns defense, the Baltimore Ravens defense, and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense to contend with.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I. You might think that. I don't know if I would have went on into a public forum and said that, because probably piss a few people off. Mona, give me your Rocky Blyer.
Okay. So this is our Rocky Blyer Tough Guy Award section. This is our Players of the Week for Week 1. Our defensive Players of the Week, we have Greg Rousseau with the Buffalo Bills and Tyreek Stevenson with Chicago Bears.
Not bad. Not bad at all. No. 4 tackles. 2 passes defended, 43-yard interception for a touchdown.
let's keep it back. That's the reason why Chicago Bears won that game.
Because Caleb Williams did absolutely nothing. He did absolutely nothing in that game. So yeah, the defense carried the day that day.
Yep. Okay, so our offensive player of the week for week 1 is, of course, Joe Mixon with the Texans. 159 rushing yards, 19 reception yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. And Saquon Barkley had a field day in the field. The guy, 109 rushing yards, 23 reception yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. So he had a what we like to refer to a hat trick.
Yeah, he looks happier. It's so nice as a running back when they cannot just load the box on you. You know, when you're playing with Daniel Jones and no one respects Daniel Jones, and they just load the box. You have no receivers around you. You cannot just load the box on this guy when you got A.J. Brown on one side and Devontae Smith on the other side, and you got Dallas Goedert at tight end, and then you got a quarterback who can take off on things, and you got a good offensive line. It just helps, you know. It's just such a
but we're talking about week 1. Arizona Cardinals almost beat Buffalo week 1. So
yeah.
He didn't make the cut. But I do want to address what you just said, Dwayne. Ask Jamar Chase how many AFC championships do the Bengals have? How many Super Bowl championships do they have? Now, granted, they have been to the Super Bowl, so got to give them credit where credit's due.
And they won an AFC champ. They got one AFC champion.
I want to let everybody know just why I'm a Bama fan. Okay, you know, when Tua was with Bama, and you know, Joe Burrow just appeared his senior year, showed up and showed out. And of course, Jamar Chase was a teammate. So you can understand that's another reason. And plus, they're in my AFC North Division. So of course, I don't like them. But anyway, there you go. That's just how I feel about Jamar Chase and him running his mouth. And all that does is add fuel to the fire for every team.
That's some bulletin board material there. I don't know if I would have said. They got one AFC championship. The AFC champion represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. So they have one AFC championship. They're not on y'all's level. And Dwayne, I'm with you. I don't think that was very wise of him to say that. I don't think that was wise at all.
All right. So then we go to our special teams players of the week. We have Chris Boswell with my Pittsburgh Steelers with 18 points. And I guarantee you a lot of fantasy football players went and picked his butt up. My co-host being one of them.
You know who my kicker was? I dropped him. Evan McPherson from the Bengals, and he crapped the bed, and I got my brains kicked in. I was trying to get Aubrey and everybody. Marcus, I'm not gonna let you get Brandon Aubrey. So on every waiver wire that I could, Chris Boswell, he's on my team now. So yeah.
And Jake Moody with the 49ers, who also was 6 for 6 with field goals and 20 points that he scored. But let me tell you something. Boz had to punt. So if you didn't know this, our punter got ran into and hurt. And, well, now he's on IR. We had to pick up a new punter. But in that game against the Falcons, Boz had to punt the ball, and he punted a 47-yard punt with no return on it. It was so high by the time they were catching the ball, you know, the Steelers special teams were right on top of him. So there was no return on it. So look, this guy, he done it all. MVP of the game? Absolutely.
Not too bad. Not too shabby. That's old school there when guys played both ways. Your kicker and your punter was all the same. Guys would play offense and they hop over and run down the field and play defense. So that's old school. So congratulations.
I didn't know my camera was off.
Oh, okay. I was like wondering. I was like, I thought you had ran off and did something. But congratulations to these guys. Congratulations.
Yep.
Thursday night football. Again, total domination. I thought Miami being at home, I thought that them being at home, that they'd be okay. Miami got exposed yesterday.
Yeah.
There's just no way around it. You have offensive line issues. You have defensive line issues. You have, and now you got a quarterback issue. You got a quarterback issue now. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to bring somebody in. I've heard some rumors of maybe bringing back Ryan Tannehill. I don't know how well that works because it's more of a timing offense. You can't just throw any quarterback back there. They're like, go get this guy, go get that guy. They like to do quick passes and get the ball to their fast receivers in space. That's not really Ryan Tannehill's. That's not really his forte. So I don't know what court. Bringing in Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's on the team. I think Joe Flacco's on the Colts now.
Well, Dwayne, you made that comment in the group that you're going to have to, I must have a crystal ball. Look, I called this game. I called this game last night on the show, but last minute, I talked myself into taking the Miami Dolphins because they were at home.
That's the reason I took them. I was thinking, but
But I gave you all the reasons why they can't stop the run. Dolphins can't stop the run, and the Bills actually have a decent running game now.
James Cook looked really good. Josh Allen didn't really do much last night, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. There's going to be games that you're going to need him to be Superman, and I still don't like him jumping and diving all over people and stuff like that. But it's okay. You, in the words of Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. That's what you do. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he threw for like 120, 150 yards, completed like 12 or 13 passes. I got his numbers right here. 13 of 19 for 139 yards, 2 rushes for 2 yards. So he didn't do anything, and that's okay. You won the game. You didn't get banged up. Your defense stepped it up. Greg Russo had a good game. Von Miller had a sack last night. It's okay. It's okay. You're winning in a different type of way. You went to one of your in division opponents and you punched them in the mouth, it stole their lunch money and walked out of their house. So congratulations to the Bills.
Yeah, you play to win the game.
Yeah.
Herman, I love those little quips. I do. The best one is playoffs. You're talking about playoffs?
Yeah, it's like
you just want to win a game.
Yeah.
Jim Moore.
Jim Moore. It's look. You got the win. You got a semi bye week now because you don't play this Sunday, so you got 10 days before your next game. You can heal up a little bit. You smack your greatest foe in your division, smack them around. Their quarterback, I don't know what's going to happen with him. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Dalton, you know what? No, I didn't feel like Bengals absolutely, I think, messed up not taking Penny Sewell. I think Marcus and I both had Cincinnati taking Penny Sewell because we were thinking get protection for your quarterback. But Dolphins, I knew why Dolphins went after Waddle because of the Tua Waddle connection. Granted, I know that's why Burrow and the Bengals went with Jamar Chase. But when your quarterback misses half of a season
with a torn ACL,
because you don't have any protection, then at that point you're in the AFC North, a brutal division with brutal defenses that you got to face each team twice a year.
Two of the best pass rushers.
Yeah.
Two of the top 2 edge rushers and whatever defense you want in Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, and you got to see them 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Two times a piece. So, I'm from the school of you go and you fortify your offensive and defensive lines, because if you don't, your quarterback. And now with the Bengals, you're T Higgins. I don't know when he's going to play. You already lost Boyd, you lost Mixon, and now
Probably
Chase
getting ready
wants
to
to
lose
get paid.
getting ready to lose Higgins.
So
You can't pay both receivers. You can't pay both of them.
Yeah. It's a mess over there, but we'll see what they do. And I did a live stream this morning. I saw some of y'all there. I appreciate everybody. I'm going to start doing a little bit more live streaming sometime. I just like to get up and drink my coffee and talk smack, talk a little smack. I appreciate everybody who woke up and chopped it up with me this morning. Look, this has been the news of the day. Everybody on all the sports shows, everybody's been talking about it. This is going to be Tua's third documented concussion. The fencing stuff is, it's awful.
And I did read that they are rating this as a grade 3 concussion.
Okay, I don't know all the levels of concussion. I just know it's not good when your brain is bouncing around in your skull. You have to wonder how many is too many for him. I hate to see this. Look, I talked about it this morning. This is a family issue kind of thing, because and this is why the Dolphins were so reluctant to pay him. And I deserve this money. I deserve this money. It's like, but we also have to look at our long-term success. What if you retire? We're stuck. We spent the first round pick on you. And the money the signing bonus and money, this is guaranteed money. If he were, his money's guaranteed. If he's forced to retire, they got to pay him that money. So it's a tough situation. If I'm his family, and people who love him, I talked about it this morning. He's married now. From what I understand, he's got 2 kids. Your parents, siblings, I love you. And I hate to see you. He did that thing again last night, with the fingers. He's reaching up in the sky with his fingers, crunched up or whatever. It's tough to watch, and it's just, concussions don't get better. If you're a boxer or MMA fighter, you get kicked in the head, punched in the head too many times. It doesn't get better as you get older. He's 26 years old, and you've had 3 or 4 concussions. 2 of those concussions you had within a 4-day period of each other. You got smacked around in that Bills game a couple of years ago, and then 4 days later, on Thursday Night Football, you get body slammed to the ground against the Bengals. And then last night was another one. So it's like, it's hard to root against him. He seems like a really good kid. I talked about it this morning. I don't want to, say the same thing. Mona, your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, look, that's one of the new age things that the NFL is trying to prevent. It's the reason why they're wearing those crazy looking helmets in preseason and training camp and stuff. And you even mentioned you think that eventually that's what they'll be playing in. Look, these guys know, they are all aware of what a concussion can do to you. And if you choose to continue putting your body through this, then there's no empathy from me if you're going to continue with like what Tua's doing. I love Tua. I love Tua. Think the world of this guy. He's not a jerk. He's not a smart ass. He's not a flashy guy. He never has been. I think it's more his ethnicity. How do you say that?
Ethnicity?
Yes. I think it's that.
Just very humble people. Those Polynesians are very humble.
He's very humble. He is just, look, Yes, I've
Kind of
watched.
reminds me of Polomalu. He kind of reminds me of Polomalu in his mannerisms and his demeanor.
Except for
Polomalu.
I think he may be a little more. I don't think he's as quiet as what Palomalu was,
Yeah.
but I mean, because Paulie was really a very quiet, laid back, very soft spoken.
Until
But
he
you know
was
what?
Fields.
Yeah, Chewy is kind of like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got really just laid back. Now, when he's competing, he's very fiery, but he doesn't talk a lot of smack. He doesn't, not disrespectful. He doesn't try to show anybody out. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If you're he's a very easy. It's very easy to root for a guy like this. Now, if you hate a guy like Aaron Rodgers, kind of get it, But this guy here, if you just don't like this guy,
Well,
you just
Aaron Rodgers is like the diva of the NFL.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. He really is. He's a diva. Joe Burrow is kind of a diva.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is. He is
Yeah.
a kind of a diva.
Yeah.
I don't wish injury on anybody though. Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some teams I cannot stand. There are a couple of players in the NFL that I absolutely cannot stand. A couple quarterbacks, one in particular in my division that I have no empathy for whatsoever. But I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see something like that happen to him. Even him. I would prefer him not even be playing in the NFL. But yeah, I still wouldn't wish injury on any of these players. Some of the fans, yeah, I might could wish some injury on some of them, but I wouldn't even do that.
I hope that they can come up with something. He may be the cop. I was talking about it this morning. He may be the kind of guy, that ends up coaching front office. I would like to see him because some people they're addicted to the sport. They love the sport. A lot of guys that can't play or couldn't continue on with their career. Mike Tomlin, Sean McVay, they were good players. They weren't good players. That's how they ended up in coaching. So I hope that this guy here, there's something that they come up with. Maybe they could come up with some type of agreement where the Miami Dolphins can still function and he can still get, some of his money because he's got his money. Some of that money's guaranteed. They can't take that back. So we'll keep y'all posted.
He has suffered 3 concussions in his career. 2 2022.
Documented.
Well,
when you say documented,
official concussions.
Yeah, I think there's other times where I saw him and I'm like, he's concussed. When he went down last night and he's reaching, I was like, Mona, we were talking about it.
Yeah.
It was like that's a concussion. You can look at it. I thought in the Bills game 2 years ago, I thought he was concussed, and they took him out later on, and he came out and threw a bomb
back in the second half and threw
a bomb. But I still thought he was concussed there. It's just the severity as you see now. It wasn't really. And the other thing, people calling DeMar Hamlin a dirty player. He didn't even do anything.
That wasn't he
initiated the contract.
Yeah,
Starting head first, so you basically hit your head on his thigh, and then you went down and your head bounced off.
No. He didn't hit his head on his thigh. He hit his chest protector. His what do you call them? Shoulder pads.
Yeah,
the plastic part on his chest. He hit his head on. You saw his head. You saw his neck crinkle over.
Yeah.
When he hit it. I mean, that's not DeMar Hamlin.
No, I saw people talking crap. DeMar Hamlin, he felt bad about it. And shout out to Bills Mafia. I think they come up with like $300,000. I don't know. They came up with some outrageous number.
I think it was 16,000. That was the slide.
Something like that. So shout out to them. They went through kind of the same thing with DeMar Hamlin.
15,000 to the Tua Foundation.
Okay, that's great. But we'll keep y'all posted on that. My preference would be that he retires, but I understand that there's money involved. There's going to have to be some contract things, some clauses and things like that. But my preference would be for him. I just don't want to see it anymore. So we'll see what happens as we get news on that. We'll let y'all know. Okay. So our picks. I gotta make a comeback. I don't like this. I was 11-5. That's not. Look, if you're 11-5, if you pick 11 right out of 16, that's good. But we got a tight race up there. Mona, you and Larry Shaw, y'all are battling up there at the top. So we'll try to see if we can do better this week. Well, me, you did just fine. So I did get my notepad. I went and I got my notepad. And
I got one too, so we're both doing it.
Okay. So we already did our Thursday game. Let's jump on over to Mona. Do you got some comments over there? I can't see any damn comment or put some up here.
The way you're gonna see comments is you're gonna have to sign into YouTube on your phone, and that way you can see the comments, because that's the only place you're gonna have comments is on YouTube now.
Okay. So the 1 o'clock games, San Francisco at Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
Minnesota Vikings went and tore up the terrible New York Giants. 49ers won their game. Purdy did his thing. We talked about Jordan Mason. Christian McCaffrey has been ruled out for this game, so he's already out. Jordan Mason's gonna start again.
And there are talks that he could be going on
IR. Short-term IR. Mona?
I think the 49ers walk into Minnesota and deliver a punch in the mouth, kind of like what the Vikings did to the Giants.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
what the Vikings did to the Giants.
That's what I said. What the Vikings did to the Giants. The 49ers.
You said what the Packers did to the Giants.
All right, I'll have to replay that because I don't think I did.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm taking 49ers.
Okay.
I'm going to say 31. $15.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a close game. I'm also taking the 49ers. I think Sam Darnold, he a few years back, he's talked about seeing ghosts. I think he's about to have to call Ghostbusters again, because I think he's about to be seeing some more ghosts. Nick Bosa and them, I think he's gonna be under attack the entire game. I like Justin Jefferson. I don't think he's gonna have time. Sam Darnold's gonna have time to get him the ball. I'm gonna say 35-14. 35-14 San Francisco. Next game, let's see here. Seattle at New England. Mona?
Hold on. I'll write this down. God almighty. They're going to Foxborough.
They are.
West Coast to East Coast.
Kenneth Walker III is out for this game too. So Zach Charbonnet, the backup running back, will be started.
And we already know what Patriots defense can do. I'm taking the long shot. I'm taking the Patriots.
Going again with the Patriots.
I'm going again with the Patriots. 21-14.
21-14, close game.
And I may change that because I seen a report on Gonzalez. So I want to check that out. I may change that later. And exactly, Patriots know Gino very well.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Patriots 21-14.
Okay, I'm taking Seattle 21-14. Same score, different teams. Let's see here. New York Giants at Washington Commanders. Mona?
I'm taking the Commanders.
Okay.
Score doesn't matter. 18-16 Commanders.
18-16. I'm also taking the Commanders. 14-10 Commanders. 14-10 Commanders. LA Chargers at Carolina Panthers. Mona.
Give me a second. I got to find an ink pen. Ink pen. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. How do I turn it on? Oh, okay. Oops. Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. Let's see. I'm gonna say J.K. Dobbins has a field day. I'm gonna say 28-10.
I'm also going LA Chargers. I think Bryce Young's going to be running. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Good Lord, they're going to be all over that poor kid. 24-10. 24-10 Chargers. Saints at Cowboys. Mona.
Hold on. Well, I'm taking Cowboys. Because I remember, was it last year or year before last? Y'all went to New Orleans, got beat. I remember that. But I'm taking Cowboys. Cowboys. Y'all beat the dog shit out of Cleveland. I think Jimmy G reverts back to who you think he is.
Derek Carr. Derek Carr.
I mean Carr. I don't know why I said Jimmy G. 31. I just don't think I can do anything against your defense. 31-12.
I think this is Dallas's first time back home since that obliteration they took from the Packers in the playoff game. I think this defense is going to be all over Derek Carr, and I got $50 on this game. I'm going to make me another 50 like I did from Jay Renaud. But 35-14, I think Dallas's defense overshown. Oh, that's another one I meant to. That kid, good. I haven't seen many linebackers that can run like Micah Parsons. When he made that sack on Watson, he ran past Micah. He outran Micah to go get him. Sideline to sideline speed. Dallas 35-14. Colts at Packers. Mona? They're saying Jordan Love maybe could play. They haven't put him on IR yet, I don't believe.
I don't think he plays.
I don't think he's going to play.
If he doesn't play, I don't. Their backup is horrible.
Malik Willis is going to get the start.
Yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible. But I think the running game could beat the Colts.
Okay.
Giants, the Packers defense should be able to stop the Colts.
Okay.
Although, what's the quarterback for the Colts?
Richardson, Anthony Richardson, and Jonathan Taylor, and Michael Pittman, and Adonai Mitchell. They're not the same old Colts. I'm not trying to convince you either way. I'm just saying, like they're
playing in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Packers can still run the ball though. The
Josh
Packers
Jacobs.
defense. Packers
Josh
defense is
Josh Jacobs, yeah.
and Packers D can. I'm gonna say close. 21-20 Packers for right now.
Okay. 21-20.
Yep.
I'm going Indy 17-14. I think it's going to be a close game. I just don't think that they had problems with Jalen Hurts. Well, Anthony Richardson's.
He's not Jalen Hurts. He ain't Jalen Hurts.
I think he's a better runner. I think he's a better. I don't know if he's the thrower of the ball but when Anthony Richardson decides to take off, that is not a fun person to try to deal with. So we'll see. 17-14. I don't think it'll be.
Packers defense is legit though.
They're legit. You know, Lucas Van Ness and Rashawn Gary. Yeah, I know how much you like Lucas Van Ness. You just wanted him on the Steelers. Browns, Jags, man.
Well, that's in Jacksonville. And they, as long as Browns have Deshaun Watson at quarterback, I'm sorry, I just don't. Defensively, I know what the Browns are. They got a great defense. But when your defense is on the field 90% of the time, they're exhausted. And what Zeke ran against their defense quite well in that game.
They're all Jags offensive line ain't our offensive line. You got those two kids.
That's what I'm saying. Their offensive line is not the same.
You gonna get Deshaun Watson another try or no?
You don't know how you know how bad this one is for me. 28-24 Browns for right now. I may change that.
Brownies. Okay.
I kind of threw up a little bit in my mouth just now, just so you know.
28-14?
28-24.
28-24. Okay. I'm gonna go Brownies too. I'm gonna go Brownies too in a close game. 21-14. They just have it. Browns got some pieces on defense. You still got, you got good corners. You got, Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith. And Trevor Lawrence just hasn't shown me he can do anything. I think this will be more on the defense this game. Still sticking with our 1 o'clock games. Jets at Titans, Mona.
I know. I just chew. I'm going to go with Jets because I just don't think that the Titans will stop Brees Hall.
Okay.
And I think that if they try and stack the box, then Aaron Rodgers is going to throw all over them. But the Jets' offensive line is suspect. Let's just keep it a buck. And I don't know what Titan defense is looking like because I didn't get to watch any of their game. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch highlights this week because I've been so busy.
I like Devondre Sweat. That was a hell of a draft pick for them.
Yeah, but one player on defense does not make a defense.
No.
So I'm going to go Jets. $28, Titans, 18.
I'm also going New York Jets. I think this is Aaron Rodgers has never started 0-2. So I'm looking at that. RELAX, relax. I think They're kind of figuring things out. Alan Lazard, he had a really good game last week. I think he caught 2 touchdowns last week. Brees Hall did his thing. I think maybe you see a guy like Mike Williams catch a long bomb, and I just don't have any respect for the Titans offense. I think like you said, Mona, Brees Hall game. I think Garrett Wilson. I think they get it. I think they get it going on. And let's not forget, Aaron Rodgers didn't do anything in the preseason, and people are getting upset with him about that. That's what you do. That's what you need the preseason for, to start getting, organized and things like that. So I'm gonna for the Jet. I'm gonna go to Jets. 21-14. 21-14. Yes, we're on YouTube. So I'm not on Facebook. Next, I got people hitting me up asking me where the show is. Just go to YouTube, and then I've got the link
I
on.
posted the link in our group, so they can click on that, and it'll take them to the show.
Bucks Lions in Detroit. Before you start talking about David Montgomery, that last drive in overtime, the Lions played bully ball. They played bully. They're like, we're going to end this now. And David Montgomery, I think he got like 5 straight carries. And then the touchdown run that he made in overtime, it was kind of like, there's nothing you can do to stop us. We're going to run through you like Taco Bell food. That's I like Taco Bell. I actually like Taco Bell, but y'all know
after a night out on the town, the next day you're gonna pay.
I do. Bucks Lions, Mona.
I'm taking the Lions. Look, I like Baker Mayfield. I like what he's been doing with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think they're going to still probably score some points, but I still think the Lions defense will. Look, Lions defense is not a joke either.
No, they're not.
They're really not. But I think that I still think he's going to score some points. I like Mike. I just like Mike. I really do. And I like that he has done nothing but throw support at Baker Mayfield. And I like that. They throw a good one too, right?
What's that now?
Don't they still have good one?
They do. Yeah, got.
So if you double one, the other one's going to be open.
Chris Godwin. Yeah, they still got him.
Godwin.
Yeah, Chris Godwin.
Good one. I'm going to take the Lions, though. I'm going to say, I think it could end up being a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 30, 34, 24, 24.
34-24. I'm also taking the Lions. I just don't think that the physicality that the Lions bring. I really like the way they play with a physical, and then you got that 1-2 punch of Montgomery and Gibbs, and then and then the receivers, you got the Sun God and Jamison Williams. He's showing out. He had a hell of a game last week. And then you got Laporta at tight end. I just think that the Lions have too many weapons. 30-20 Lions. Last 1 p.m. game, Raiders at Ravens. Mona?
I'm taking Ravens. But I'm going to say this. Lamar Jackson keeps taking those head first dives.
So what happened to Tua? You just saw what happened to Tua.
Crosby, man. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
But Ravens win this game. I'm taking, Ravens, Raiders. Just don't like their offense. I think it could get really ugly. Like, I could see I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep it 31. 31-15.
I'm also going Ravens, but I think it's. I'm going to say you got a very angry Ravens team after last week. Um, 35-14. I think that they. I don't know if Gardner Minshew finishes this game. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be very upset this game. Jumping over to the 4 o'clock game, 4:05.
Rams Cardinals. Right?
Rams cards. Puka Nakua on IR. He won't be there. So we already know that now.
Look,
NFC
if you watch the Arizona Cardinals Bills game, Arizona kept it close. Last year, Arizona kept a lot of games close. I think their defense is pretty legit. I think their offense is starting to play pretty well. They were keeping up the score with Buffalo. I'm going to take the Rams in this game because I think they're going to be pissed off after losing that game in overtime.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say 28-24 Rams.
I'm also going Rams. I'm going to say 24-20. I don't think it's good. And that's a lot of points. That's what 44 points between both of them. That's a lot of points. Bengals at Chiefs. Mona?
Look, I am taking KC in a blowout. I think Jamar Chase needs to shut up. What was the score? What was the Patriots score against the Bengals last week? Do you remember?
I do not recall. No. Oh, the other thing too. One of the Bengals secondary players, he said Xavier Worthy. He's not a good wide receiver. He just runs fast in a straight line. I posted up in the group. He gave a quote from a Bengals cornerback. I don't know why you would say that. Why would you do that? Like, why? Like, even if that's what you're thinking, why would you
say it? Why give them fuel?
I just don't get it. These young cats, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
34-18 KC.
I'm going Chiefs too. I do believe that they're gonna try. But you don't have T. Higgins,
and you don't have a defense. Your defense is suspect as hell.
So all of the attention, they're gonna gang up on Chase. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
35-21 Chiefs. Your Steelers at Broncos on the road, Mile High Stadium.
I am taking the Steelers. I know they've done said that Russ is not playing this weekend, but I'm still taking the Steelers. Um, 21-17.
I'm also taking the Steelers. I believe this is a Najee Harris game because I believe Patrick Surtain Jr. will be following George Pickens all over the place, and that's not good. So I think this is a Najee Harris type game. I don't think it'll be a high scoring game. 2014 Steelers. Bears at Texans. Sunday night game, Mona.
The game of the week right here. I think the Texans show that Caleb Williams is what a lot of people think. I think the Texans absolutely rout the Bears. I am taking the Texans. I think they may even just want to do a little bit of show off. 34. I'm going to take Texans 34. 18. They take Stroud out in the second half. After the third quarter, mid third quarter, they take Stroud out and put her back up and just get him some game time experience.
Okay.
34-18.
34-18. I got you. I'm taking the Texans too. Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, Lord have mercy, they're going to be all over that kid. They're going to be all over him. At home, it's going to be loud. And then Roma Dunze's out. Keenan Allen might be out. 35-14 Texans. And then your Monday night game, Falcons at Eagles.
I have the Eagles. I got to write all this down, sorry. I'm taking Eagles. $34. $34-13.
I'm also taking the Eagles. Look, the Kirk Cousins looked bad last week. I thought that, he had that torn ACL last year. And I don't know. Look, coming back from a torn ACL, and he's an older quarterback. He's 36, 37 years old. It just, you don't heal like that. I think if he has a couple more games, like the game that he had last week, I think you'll start hearing the Michael Penix Jr. chants in the crowd. Yeah. You spent a high first round draft on him.
Listen, there are a few people who I have seen that were at that game who said Penix's name was chanted a few times in that game.
That's the thing. When you got to, I say it all the time, when you draft a quarterback in the first round, that incumbent that's over there, if he has a bet, it's just it's not a matter of.
And both of them are new to the team, so.
Yeah, it's like if you're making those mistakes, you got to.
It's kind of like this: if we're going to lose the game, why not win with the dude who might be the franchise?
Lose with the kid. If you're making rookie mistakes, I'm going to roll with the rookie. So, but I think the Eagles, the way that their team is constructed, I don't see it. I just think the Eagles, that their defense, I think they're going to be all over Kirk Cousins. 30 to, they do have some weapons. 30 to, I'll give them 20 points. 30 to 20. 30 to 20. That's all your games?
Who plays Thursday night? I'm going to look it up. Let me look.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and get that one because I will not be able to do a show this coming Thursday. Let's see. That's what week 3 schedule, right? I'm going to try to find week 3 schedule. Week 3 NFL schedule. Patriots and the Jets.
Yeah.
Uh,
You gonna give your pick now, or are you gonna wait?
I'm going to give my pick. Patriots and Jets. We'll see what happens with games this weekend. But that way, if you want to do a little show or something Thursday before the game or whatever, I'm going to take I'm going to take the Jets, but I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
Because it's a division rival. I'm going to take the Jets 21-15.
Okay.
If you want to wait,
I'll ask for your score again before the game starts, and then I'll give it.
yeah, because I would like to see what happens.
Because there's that's a lot of time. They got a game, and you never know.
Somebody may get hurt. Aaron Rodgers may be knocked out, and then I just say, okay, we're winning the game.
Yeah, so there's all of your games there. Make sure you're doing your picks. Do your picks. Get them in. Don't wait to the last minute. If you're the kind of person that likes to sleep in on a Sunday, my suggestion would be for you to do your picks on Saturday night. I know some of y'all go and have a few alcoholic beverages and then you sleep in on Sundays. If you're one of those kind of people, Gary Tollett, go ahead and do that. Do your picks a little bit.
You are not talking about Tito.
And yeah, just good luck to everybody. We appreciate y'all. If you want any Alphabets Football Show merch, get with me. I'm doing hoodies now. I got a couple orders for hoodies. I'm doing T-shirts. I'll get those out. I did the pink hoodie. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'll pick it up next week. And a pink T-shirt, pink and black T-shirt.
Your mom wanted the pink one, right?
Yeah, mom wanted it. And then Michelle Romero, she ordered 2 shirts. She ordered 2 shirts from me, a pink with black letters and a white one with pink letters for breast cancer awareness. So Ben and Melissa, they're hooking that up for me. I'm looking forward to see how it looks. And I did my Broncos thing for Melissa Bowden. So I'm going to get that out. And Dalton, I got you a shirt too.
For who?
Melissa Bowden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my resident Bronco fan. And Dalton, I got you.
Marco. Was it Markovich?
Markovich? Is it Markovich? I'd say
he's a Broncos fan too.
That's what I'm talking about. Melissa.
Markovich.
Markovich.
Yeah.
I thought it was Bowden Markovich. No? Okay. No. She knows who I'm talking about because I hit her up and let her know. So
yeah, because I did tag her in the show. Let's see. Yeah, Markovich.
Yeah, so
I had to go look, but I was pretty sure it was Markovich.
Yeah, it's her. This you can't really tell with the lining. It looks black.
It looks orange and like dark navy blue to me.
That's okay. Good. When I took a picture of it, it looked like black, and they're like, "I thought this looks like Bengals colors." So I'll get those. I'll get that out this week. I will get that out.
And you got Dalton's too, right?
I do. I did. And they're working on something else. I'm gonna keep it a secret. I'll let my co-host know later on. But Dalton, this one here is for you.
That's kind of like the Buffalo Bills color. It's his second team anyway. So
yeah, I'm working on something else too. I'll surprise you. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Enjoy the college football game. My Texas Longhorn spanking Michigan last week. I'm real happy about that. Really enjoyed that. My UTEP Miners, they're playing Liberty tomorrow, and then enjoy the games on Sunday. If anything pressing come up, last minute, the Dak Prescott contract right before. I mean, it was like right before the game started last week.
Yep.
If we get some news on Tua or injuries or something like that, I might do some live something. I've been doing some live stuff in the morning, doing my little coffee break in the morning. And if anything comes up, we'll do that. But in the meantime, we'll be right back here. I'll probably be doing something live on Thursday right before the game. I'll check with Mona. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be doing something.
Oh, and for those who are still watching, just got to show off again my Ludwig shirt. Let me back up a little bit so you can see it. 26.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire, right? That's old school. Old school. But we appreciate y'all. Please subscribe to the channel, like the show, and subscribe to the Alphabets Football Show channel. Just go up there to the top. It's me and Mona's logo. It's a picture, like an animated picture of me and Mona. The one that you see in the background on the show here, that's the logo up there. It's got our logo and our pictures up there. Just subscribe to it. I'm trying to get up to right now my goal is 200, then it's 500. I want to get to 1,000 before the end of the season. That's what I would like. Somebody, just hey, subscribe to this if you like what we
I'm
do.
working on getting a new cam. I really am. I know I'm all blurry. You can't see me now, so.
And we're gonna start doing the super chats too, where you can we're gonna hook it up with super chat. Throw us a couple of dollars or whatever, and I can get Mona some coffee or some.
I gotta get a webcam. Look how blurry I am right now.
This stuff, it gets expensive between the programs and computers and hard drives and all of that good stuff. We do it, but it gets a little bit expensive. StreamYard and the services and stuff. So, but we appreciate y'all. We'll be back. Everybody have a good night. See you.
Funds low, sundown, the sun up. All I want is the cash. Now, homie, run me the stash. Put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy.